I'm watching all these channels saying, you can leave a legacy on YouTube. You can leave a lasting legacy on YouTube. And I'm saying to myself, it's okay, you can leave a legacy on YouTube. But what I want you to realize, a legacy on YouTube is only as good and as long as YouTube is in existence. I'm telling you, you can leave a legacy by publishing a book. Publish your first book on those things that you overcame, those challenges that you overcome, and it'll be a lasting legacy that could go from generation to generations. And that's what I want to talk to you today about. The 3 reasons that you should publish a book if you're a content creator on YouTube. 3 reasons. If you're a content creator on YouTube, you should publish a book. And if you stick around to number 3, it'll change your life, because I published 11 books already, and it's already changed my life. So let's get into this conversation. The 3 reasons, if you're a content creator on YouTube, you should publish a book. Because everybody talking about, I want to leave a legacy. You on YouTube, you're leaving a legacy. You're making these videos. The videos are good. Don't get me wrong. You can leave a legacy on YouTube. You can leave a legacy by shooting these videos and being intentional and say, I want my grandkids to watch this. I want my great-grandkids to watch this. This is going to be perfect. It's going to be a lasting legacy, but yet you don't realize it's only going to be available until YouTube decides to take it down. It's only going to be available as long as YouTube is around. And if YouTube is not around, who's going to watch those legacy videos you created? If there's no electricity, how are they going to watch those videos that you said, I created a legacy? Oh yeah, I got a video now. I created a legacy. How are you going to watch it? You got no electricity. Oh, how are you going to watch it? We got no internet. How are we going to watch those legacy videos that you created? Think about it. How are you going to watch those videos that you created? Your grandkids are going to be like, yeah, grandpa made some videos. It's on this thing called YouTube, but that's been gone. Like they had those other apps out there, the MySpace apps and all these other apps. It's going like them. I don't know how we're going to get grandpa's video. I don't know how we're going to get grandma's video. You're leaving a legacy that might go away. Yeah, you made the videos on your phone. You made the videos with your camera. You might have it that way. But we're talking about YouTube now. That's why I'm saying, number 1, if you want to leave a legacy, a lasting legacy, publish your first book, or publish a book with those things that you have overcome, the challenges that you overcame, and the things that you learned. Publish a book on that. I'm not talking about those fictional books like Harry Potter or the Game of Thrones, not books like that. I'm talking about books on a biography or autobiography, or the things you overcame. Because you didn't go through it for yourself. You went through it for those that's assigned to you, to help them overcome those challenges you overcame. To go through those things that they are going through, because you came out already. You put in a book. You're going to help them go through and be successful like you have been successful. That's why you should write your first book and publish it. That's the first reason. Because you're helping those that's assigned to you get through those challenges that you overcame. That's the first reason. The second reason you should publish a book, the second reason you should publish a book and leave a lasting legacy, a true legacy, because that book is going to last from generation to generation. If you structure that book the correct way, if you put the information that's in your heart in that book is going to last from generation to generation. How can I say that? Unequivocally, I can say that because the greatest book ever written, the Bible. Some of y'all disagree, some of y'all agree. This is my opinion. That book has been in existence from eternity, and it's been written down over 2,000 years ago. Think about it. The book has been in existence, and it's been written out, whether it be on paper, whether it be on those the scrolls, or whatever you want to call it. That information has been around for years, hundreds, thousands of years. And you're saying, what does that have to do with my legacy that I'm going to publish a book? That book been here for thousands of years. It's still around. Even if you say, well, the Bible was written a couple of hundred years ago. Yeah. A couple of 100 years ago, somebody written the book, and it's still in publication right now. So what are you saying? I'm saying you can have a book last hundreds and thousands of years if somebody keep it in publication. Is that a real legacy that you want to have? Or you want to have a legacy on YouTube that somebody can pull the plug and nobody can watch it? If there's no electricity, they can't watch your legacy on YouTube. If there's no internet, they can't watch it on YouTube. But if you have a book in your hand, you can have that information reading it. As long as you got light to see it and understand the words that's coming off those pages, you can read that book. That's the second reason. A true lasting legacy if you publish a book. The third reason you should publish a book, and this is the most important, the third reason you should publish a book, because it's required for you. It's required of you to publish a book because you have the information in your heart. You have the information in your heart because you don't have to think about the things you went through. You don't have to think about the stuff you overcame. Everything you ever went through is in the books of your heart. It's in the books of your heart. If I ask you a question, how did you overcome that challenge when you was 6, 7, or 8 years old walking down the highway, and you remember walking down the highway, but you might not have every detail, but you have that experience of walking down the highway with your dog named Apache? Do you remember that? Yeah, I remember that. My dog Apache, he was black and white with yellow blotches on him. He was my best friend. And when we walked down the highway or on the side of the street in the highway, toward the highway, I remember that because that was my best friend. And that emotional feeling I have is still in my heart. And I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. And you write it out and you put it in the book 20 years later. That happened. Well, it happened to me over 45 years ago, 50 years ago. And I could talk about that at will because it was in my heart. If I put it on pages, hundreds of years from now, somebody could talk about, like they talk about Shakespeare, like they're talking about Beethoven when he does his the music and all that stuff. He done that hundreds of years ago. That's music, but still it's in the same frame. He wrote down the music notes on a sheet of paper. People are still reading that sheet of paper. That's a lasting legacy. Do you want to have a lasting legacy that nobody can take away? The only way they can take it away if they burn your books? That's a lasting legacy you should have because it's required of you to write down those things that you experienced so you can help the next person go through and come out like you went through and came out. Your addiction, your bankruptcy, your divorce, coming out of debt, whatever it is, you're required to leave a legacy for somebody else to come out just like you came out. So those are 3 reasons why I say you should publish a book. Your first book, a second book, whatever stage you in. That's the 3 reasons why you should publish a book. And if you have a comment or a question, leave it down below. If you publish a book already, this ain't for you. This is for those who desire to publish a book. These are for those who desire to get the blueprint on how to publish an effective book and become an author, not just a writer. As an author, because an author and a writer are 2 different aspects of being somebody who publishes a book. Somebody who write a book, they're just writing. They don't have a plan. They don't have any blueprint, any structure of the book. They might have a little structure, but they don't have a structure of the book. They might not have an introduction. They might not have a foreword. They might not have a conclusion. They might not have who is the author. They don't have the whole structure, but an author knows these things are required to have a complete book. An author have an introduction. An author has a foreword. An author has a body of the book, a foreword, a conclusion about the author. Those are the things that you need to publish your first book. And I'll go into that in the next couple of videos because I want everybody in my T.I.M.E community who wants to publish a book and desire to publish a book, type in the comments below to let me know, should I do another video on to publish a book. Because some people in the comment section that I read, they say, I want to publish a book. Help me publish a book. I got a book idea in mind. Can you help me? That's why I'm doing this video. And if you want to do or publish a book, type in the comments below. I do some more videos on this. Publish your first book to have a lasting legacy. So, like I always tell everybody, press the like, share this to those who you think need to hear it, because this is my life, this is my experience, this is my time. God bless.